I want to talk a little bit today about streaming media content over your smartphone. I've recently started doing this because I like to listen to sports talk radio, but there's just really a few shows that I really like to hear. And I find that when we drive out of town, for example, if we go to Charlotte or Richmond or Hampton Roads or Fayetteville, I can't find my favorite shows on the local sports talk radio stations there. I found that really each market has maybe one, usually has, well, it might have one, a station dedicated to sports talk, and it certainly doesn't have more than two. A lot of them are AM, they don't have good fidelity, good sound quality. And so I decided to start, I've downloaded the ESPN app so I can listen to Mike and Dan Le Batard's show. Well, I tried that for a couple days just using my phone. I got my phone mounted to a bracket, that suction cup to the windshield. And I found that if I'm sitting still or going fairly slowly, I can hear it. But if I'm going down the highway, I can't hear it. It's just not loud enough. The road noise is too much. And so what I did was, to try to overcome this, I bought a Bluetooth speaker, and as you can see, that's just a speaker, and it's got the little ports on the bottom of the charger and the on button and the Bluetooth connector button thingy and all that. And I found that this really works well. We tried it. We had to go to Ohio last week, and we wanted to listen to an audiobook, and that's what really got me started on this. And so we got it. We got it at the local big box store. Got it it was like $17. Hooked a charger up to it, got it paired up with my phone. I think I know I'm a computer guy, but I've really not ever had much of a use for Bluetooth, so I've never really used it before. Now I do, and I found that it's not that difficult to do at all. This thing's got a little button on the bottom of it that you press, and that's what sets up the pairing process. Then you just go into the settings on your phone, make sure the Bluetooth's on, and the phone will recognize the device automatically. You click, you slide the little slider, and boom, you've got good quality audio through an external speaker. And so that's what we've been doing for the past week now. We've been listening to, when we travel, we've been listening to streamed audio, like from ESPN. They just stream all their content just like you're watching it on TV or listening to it. I guess it's radio, actually. It's the ESPN radio thing, although they do simulcast a lot of that on their TV station. So, all day long I can listen to ESPN, and it works really well. I think I will probably try to get a higher quality speaker, maybe something with stereo. I don't know where I'm going to put it, though. That's the only thing. But I'm just getting into this, and so I really don't know what I might find. I'm thinking, though, a decent setup that has stereo and a little bit more power would probably be good. A little more range on the speaker. This doesn't have a very good high end to it. Not very much treble. But when you're just listening to voice, that's not that big of a deal. If I was streaming an FM station, I probably would not be terribly impressed with it, but it still works. And so that's something you might want to think about if you've got it, especially if you've got an older radio, an older car with a car stereo that doesn't have Bluetooth built into it. This is really a good alternative. I've got my power cord right there hooked into my 2.4 amp USB charger. Plugs into the cigarette lighter, keeps it charged up the whole time. In fact, we came to Charlotte today. We're going to visit one of our grandchildren, and had the radio on the whole time down, had Google Maps running the whole time. Now, I did turn the screen off, to not just waste power, but my phone stayed charged the entire time, and so I'm really happy with it. And it keeps me from having to search for stations. I think I will try to get the one from CBS so I can listen to Dan Patrick and Rich Eisen. I like those guys too. So, and then I'll be able to, and I would just as soon listen to them live. I just soon get a feed from the station as opposed to doing podcasts. I don't want to spend a lot of time fiddling around with my phone while I'm driving. I'd like to, turn it on when I get in the car, get it set up, get it running, and then not have to really mess with it anymore. And so that's just my personal preference. I like to try to, reduce the incidental, not paying attention times to a minimum. And Google Maps keeps me, Google Maps is a big enough distraction as it is. I don't need to do 3 or 4 other things on my phone too. So anyway, if you, like I said, if you have an older car, it's got an older stereo, and you want to stream things, use get a bracket for your phone. Well, you don't need a bracket for your phone, but it just makes it easier to control. And do what I'm doing, okay? Well, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, do so in the section below. Hey, honey.
Hey.
And we'll see you on the next one.